Hey, it was decent, yo. It's finally good to be back. I have not been able to post a battle in a long period of time, but it is good to be able to finally give some content out to you guys. Now, let's start things off. My opponent's going to lead off with Gigalith, which now gets the Sandstream ability, which I find quite interesting. I'm going to have Bewear. I think that's what that thing is called, Bewear or something like that. Whatever, so he's going to switch out to Gastrodon. And then Gastrodon is going to get an upper hand here as far as speed is concerned, but that's good actually because I do have Facade. I thought that he might want to go for the Toxic and or the Scald may actually try to inflict the status up on me. But that's not the case. In this case scenario, I'm able to go for another Hammer Arm as he goes for the Recover. And what I would decide to do in this case scenario is because I'm thinking that he might want to go for the Scald. So I do happen to have the Rasto Chesto set here. I am like debating of whether I should actually change this set into like a Assault Vest set. But for now, I actually don't even have an Assault Vest. I'm still up there in the battle tree. Trying to collect as many items as possible, but he switched out into Dragonite, I guess. So I guess he might have just thought that he might have, you know, broke the multi-scale. I'm thinking that, you know, it's like, hey, I can take any physical damage output. You could just stay up here, Dragon Dance all you want to. I do have the Fluffy ability, but that's not the case scenario. I completely forget about the fact that Fluffy makes Bewear weak to fire type attacks, and he happens to have the Fire Blast, which is not a physical move but more or less a special move. I decided to go onto Greninja and go for the Dark Pulse. I suppose going for the Ice Beam because he does have that grass ghosting. I forget the hell what it's called. Is this thing he actually sends out. So I have no idea what this thing does. I've never really seen it in the battle or anything like that. Like, so I know it's grass and it's ghost, so I don't really want to take the chance of having Greninja stuck in there, so I opt to switch out to Marowak. And then I'm just gonna go out and use Will-O-Wisp to get some residual damage on whatever he decides to switch out into. And then I think what we should decide to do is go for the Shadow Bone just to decrease his defense. And then afterwards, I'm just going to use the Gastrodon to try to set up the Gyarados that I do have in the back. So it's great that I didn't opt to switch out right away as opposed to like I really wanted to do so. But you know, it's quite obvious that he might want to go for a Toxic and or a Scald. So he goes for the Toxic on my Marowak here. I find this Marowak form to be quite interesting. Like everybody's running it here. So Gyarados comes in, and I'm just going to set up a substitute. It is great because in this form, Gastrodon can't really do anything onto the Gyarados, especially since I have Substitute. So that's a free sub up. So he's going to opt to switch out to Gigalith, and I am just going to get up a Substitute. I can't afford to go for the Dragon Dance if I want to have a sub up for the next Pokemon. So what I decided to do is to go for a Mega Evolution and go for the Waterfall. And I'm thinking like, yo, I could just knock this thing out and have a Waterfall for the next Pokemon, but that's not exactly the case. As he lives with like 1 hit point, you cannot believe and imagine how upset I was at that case scenario there, because it's just pointless. It's like my whole 4 turns, my last 4 turns was like really for nothing there. I mean, it did knock out the Gigalith, but at what cost, you know? So now in comes that thing, or whatever the hell it's called, and then he's just gonna go for the Rock Slide, misses actually, and that's a little bit of justice there as opposed to my Waterfall. So he's just gonna go for the Gastrodon, completely forgetting the fact that I do have the Maul Breaker. Maul Breaker does break the activation of the Storm Drain, so he's not gonna be able to replenish any HP. Oh, not even that. I'm thinking of Water Absorb. I'm thinking of Storm Drain is the one that increases the special attack. Jesus Christ, I've been playing it all period of time. I'm forgetting everything. So now I'm just gonna go for the Waterfall again. And I figured I thought he might not have anything, but he shows me Shell Smash, he's Focus Sash, so I have a lack of Stealth Rocks on this team. Again, everything is Bred. I don't have any Rockers actually, any Defoggers or any Spinners for that matter yet. So I'm really stuck as far as entry hazards are concerned. So I'm just gonna opt to bring out Greninja. Greninja does have Water Shuriken, and I'm just going to go for that. I cannot afford to overpredict in that case scenario. I mean, if I do happen to, you know, kill it, I kill it, but if he also switch out into this thing, he switches out into this thing, I could always bring out back in Greninja for a little bit later on. So now I'm just going to bring in this dragon fighting thing, and I'm just going to go for the Poison Z move. I think I have like the optimum Poison Z move. Because the reason I carry that is because of the Tapu. So if I get a DD on a switch out, and you know, Tapu would idealistically wall me. So I could just go for that Z move and kill it off, as Poison Jab won't one-shot them. So he goes for the Anger Shot. I find that animation to be quite interesting. That's pretty awesome. But it leaves that grass ghost thing. I tried to take an attempt to enunciate his name, and I'm like, you know what, forget it. I can't even do it. So I'm just gonna go for the Water Shuriken there and kill off both of those Pokemon and claim the good game there. So I definitely have a lot of fun. If you guys enjoyed this video, do me a favor, drop a like. And if you guys want to see more content like this in the future, please subscribe to me. It is awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Peace. What you doing?